The biggest challenge I am dealing with right now in gardening is the heat. It's hot, Frugal friends. It is really hot. Welcome to the Frugal Family. My name is Julie, and we are jumping into the gardening today. I'm going to take you out there. We're going to look at a few things and talk about how hot it is and how that can be a real struggle for gardening. Oh my goodness, it's just so hot, and we're in the middle of a heat wave at the moment and trying to keep everything watered enough, especially the stuff that's here on the porch that we water by hand. It's rough. I mean, you can see the difference between, and they're both potted, but the ones that are here on the porch versus the ones out in the yard that are getting the sprinkler. And so what that necessitates is me moving all of it out when we're doing the sprinkler so that it can get that kind of deep watering, and then moving all of it back, which is not a big deal other than I'm still trying to let my stupid ankle heal and be really good about it. And so it just ends up being, a lot of work. But I have a great little team of kids, and I'm going to get them out here to help me. Just got to try to keep up with it. It really is tough with, 100+ degrees Fahrenheit every day, trying to stay on top of it. And this is just, the front yard. We have a lot, a lot more yard space and gardens that I am trying to keep alive. But it's my passion. It's what I love, and it's absolutely worth it. It is an effort though, and I got to stay on top of it. I am also struggling with water out here in this garden. I just finished watering, but you can tell that some of this stuff is just getting too much sun. I mean, those are done. Obviously, that's just not gonna recover. Too much sun and not enough water for some of them, which is really interesting to see that, like, I've got 2 tomato plants. One right here is just doing really well, looks fabulous. And then this one is starting to get all curled up and looking really sad. So big struggle out here. If you guys have any container gardening tips for living in the desert and container gardening and keeping things hydrated sufficiently to grow and to thrive and prosper, oh my goodness, please tell me in the comments. This is my first year really jumping in the container gardening. Normally I do most of my stuff like out in the dirt, but I just did not get enough clearing done to be able to do that, and so I went with containers this time. Yeah, it's as with all things that I do in the gardens, it's all trial and error, and I make a lot of mistakes, but I also have some successes. Look at that tomato right there. Not only him, there's a couple of little guys right there, so at least we've got something happening. We've got some beautiful blooms on our unidentified squashes, so I mean, some good things are happening, but at the same time we got stuff like this. I think with this, it's just that it's an open pot at the bottom, and I didn't put any kind of catchment to hold any of the water. So I think that's definitely an easy answer on some of them, but then there's others that just don't make any sense. I also think there's a few that maybe don't have enough dirt. An issue right here with these gorgeous pink lilies is that they need to be separated. Yeah, they just need to be divided. There's all these cute little babies. Oh, they're so cute, but they're in this little tiny pot. And so they're not as green as, say, this one right here, which was from the exact same kind of lily, but doesn't have nearly as many friends and has a much bigger pot. So definitely going to separate those, divide them when the time comes, and I'm sure they will be looking much healthier. Over here, we've got some fabulous little tomatoes going on, but this marigold plant is looking really, really sad. It's weird to me that, I don't know, so many in very similar circumstances, just, yeah, totally different outcomes. Learning as we go. Absolutely just learning as we go. One last thing that I'm going to mention. So right there is a hen and chicks bloom. I wanted to show you what it looks like when it fully fans out and does its thing. That, my friends, is a hen and chicks bloom, all fanned out. Isn't that gorgeous? And then they even open up with little petals. I hope that that gives you something delightful to start your day with. Have a wonderful rest of your week, my friends, and we'll see you all real soon.